Think about the D'Angelo records and Brown Sugar, you know, like the drum sound and like just the groove y'all locked into. And I feel like that groove a little later kind of got associated with Dilla, who's a genius, of course, as well. But that kind of was like y'all's, not gonna say like, not that it's a competition, but kind of early on, that was kind of y'all's groove.
Yeah, I think me and D'Angelo have the same background in gospel, which is the Hawkins family. We both grew up listening to Walter, Ed, Daniel, and Joe. And we didn't know that when we first got together, but we figured it out.
It was kind of random. I mean, you were in the Bay.
I was in the Bay, he was in Virginia. But, you know, that music sort of was all around the world. Like, really, Andre Crouch was more of the bigger pop gospel, but the Hawkins family was the more grit, you know, but that was that. So it somehow it got to Virginia and it got in his house. His dad's a great piano player, D'Angelo's dad. So it just sort of happened. We got in the studio, we was making music.
How did y'all even meet?
We met through an A&R from a publishing company. We were signed to the same publishing company, so somebody introduced us. And the first time we met, D was supposed to come to my house, and he didn't show up the first day. And then he came the next day, but I think he thought, you know, he was going to come to a house, and it was going to look like the Rich and Famous, probably with a spiral stairs and helpers, everybody in the house. And
it's like, I'm going to Tony's house. It's gonna be...
but when he thought it's going to be a lot of people, he don't really like a lot of people, you know. And then he found out I don't either. So when he got to my little 2-bedroom, you know, $235,000 crib, what, you know, it was in the garage. It was me, him, and my engineer.
Where at?
In Sacramento.
In Sac? Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I lived in this neighborhood full of like lobbyists and politicians, right? And we were just, and he was just so surprised. He didn't tell me later on. I thought his house was going to be crowded with a lot of people, and it wasn't. And so I started playing Lady. That's the first thing we worked on was Lady.
Wow. You had that already?
Yeah.
Wow.
I had the idea because it was supposed to be for Tony's record. The idea, but
for like House of Music maybe or something.
Yeah, they didn't like it. They didn't like the initial idea. They never heard it what it was going to be.
Okay.
You know, neither did I. But I played the guitar riff for D'Angelo, and he said I like it. I said cool. So I was going to call somebody over to play my guitar parts over.